So the objectives of the grant basically were to look at technology and how that could be incorporated and infused into learning. Also looking at scientific skills and helping teachers and students learn those more in an applicable way in the classroom. Also learning about watersheds and the diverse ecosystems that are comprised within that, and then ultimately developing curriculum for intermediate grades that would use specific resources found in our region. The overview of this year's summer session will include 4 days of teacher leadership training, and these are returning participants from year one that will participate in helping to facilitate the learning that occurs in the 7 days that follow with teachers that will be coming in. And some of that training will include Google Maps, and we'll be talking a little bit more about that later. We will revisit a restored wetland on IUSB's campus across from the pedestrian bridge. We're also going to be continuing our Hoosier River Watch training and collection of data and analysis. We will this year be working with a gentleman from South Bend who has connections with a school in Kenya, and we're going to be creating plastic bottle LED kits that will actually create the guts of it here, and then that will be shipped over to the school in Kenya. Our students will have their own, and then they'll be able to talk to the students in Kenya that receive those and share stories. Basically what that does is provides energy for students where there is no energy to power their laptops, to charge their cell phones, which amazingly they have those, and but they don't have power stations, and then also to provide light at night so that they can read their books. And then we're extending outward this year to include the Indiana Dunes. We also have a 3-day kids camp. So this is one of the activities. It's called Habitat Lab Set that we did last year. And it really talks about the interconnection between watersheds and ecosystems.
Stand back up.
Another activity that we did is called Macroinvertebrate Mayhem, and it involved teachers and IUSB faculty on the Green Lawn area. That was fun.
I need to say that this was like 35 teachers, grown-up teachers, acting like little kids. It wasn't it didn't feel like a professional development session. It felt like day camp. It was so much fun.
And this was when we visited Kingsbury. We did a swamp stomp, and you can see as they traveled through that they were using their senses. They were actually able to feel what it felt like to walk through, and also their eyes to see what wildlife and organisms were out there. There's some problems at the end. There's Cindy in the brown.
That's Deb in the hat.
Oh, that's Devin.
There's Cindy right there in the
Oh,
brown.
you're behind. Getting ready to drown.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, so this is our Watershed Leadership Academy tie-in here. When we had to do, we called it our drive-by, but it was the
Windshield.
the windshield survey. I don't know how we got it in our heads that it was a drive-by, but it was the windshield survey. When we did that, we took, Terry is a gifted photographer. So she took all the pictures as we were driving along. We started at IUSB, which is right on the St. Joe River, and traveled up to St. Patrick's Park, which is on the state line. So it's probably about 10, 15 miles along the river that we traveled. And Terry was the photographer. Margaret and Tracy were the note takers. And I said, well, I'll try to figure out this map thing. Oh my gosh. And I know I saw some comments and some things on the watershed page that for a lot of people this map thing was difficult. It was a nightmare for me because I think I had the new version of the map program, and the directions were for the old version. And I took days and days and days to try to figure out how to upload the pictures, and finally I figured it out. But once I figured it out, it was easy. So what we're going to do with our summer camp is teach the teachers how to do this. We're going to teach the teacher leaders how to do this, and then the teacher leaders are going to teach the teachers, and the teachers will teach the students, because I think there are so many cool applications in the classroom to use this Google Maps thing. And you can, the science to check the river all the way along through the city of South Bend. And my favorite part, being the literacy specialist in the program, is to write the text and make sure the kids all include a piece of text when they put their pictures into the Google Maps. When we were finally done with our map, I considered it a masterpiece.
So did we.
It was like, phew, look at this. And I showed it to my principal, and he goes, well, how can you use it? So I went on for a half hour about how you could use it in the classroom. But of course, there's issues with our school corporation blocking lots of things. But this is going to be a major portion of our program this summer. The teachers every single day are going to go out to the river, to go out to different watersheds. We're going to go to the dunes and look at the dunes. So every single time they go on a outside visit along the river or to the dunes, they're going to take pictures. We're going to go back to IUSB computer labs, upload them, and put them into the map. And then when the kids come on those 3 days, the kids are going to practice that too. So.
And Kenya will be.
And we're also going to put Kenya on the map too, so the kids can see where that
Not
is.
on the St. Joe River.
Right.
Okay, so for one of my electives, or two of them, I developed a website for this project. So I don't know that you can read it very easily, but the menu options are the 2013 program. These are the teachers that were involved in, students that were involved in the program. So that they can go on and see what we have done. Okay, there we go. So one of the things that we did is the Hoosier River Watch. You can see we had kids in the river taking water samples, and it was very cool. So for each of the components of the program last year, I have a page. So there's pictures and a description of what we did. Whoops. Then for 2014, I've set it up so that everything we plan to do, I have a page set up, but there's nothing on it. As we do the pages, move this backwards. As we do the activities, we'll go ahead and post the pictures and the descriptions and get input from the teachers. We also have a page for teacher resources, so as teachers develop lessons about environmental issues, we can put those on and other teachers will have access to them. And then the last thing is the Google Maps. As teachers complete their Google Maps, we'll have those available as classroom resources for teachers. And this is the group from last year. This year we have twice as many teachers, and we have 50 teachers and 50 students signed up so far. So it's going to be a really big program this year. We're very excited about it. We're really excited about giving kids the opportunity to experience what we have in our own backyards. I mean, they don't get into the river very much, if at all. And to help teachers see that they have these resources that they can use to teach kids about the environment, and we have them right in our backyard.